Okay, so the AI revolution is here. It's promising to completely reshape every single workplace on the planet. But, for every incredible story you hear about its promise, there's another one lurking in the shadows about its peril.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? We all see the headlines, promising this amazing utopia of efficiency. But there's this growing fear. What happens if we're all moving a little too fast? Is AI really the ultimate tool for progress? Or are we accidentally building a disaster that's just waiting to happen?
So, how do we cut through all the noise and get to the truth? Well, we're going to turn to a brand new, pretty sobering report from Bob Slovic over at Virtualization Options LLC. They're a research and advisory group based in Colorado, and they've just documented 40 real-world, though anonymized, case studies of what happens when AI implementation goes horribly wrong. I mean, this isn't just theory, right? This is a playbook of what not to do.
The report actually calls this period the Great Rush. You can just picture it. Companies, driven by this intense pressure to keep up, just sprinting to adopt AI. They were dreaming of cutting jobs easily, saving massive amounts of money. But the reality? For many, it was a total nightmare. We're talking incredibly expensive failures, absolutely shattered reputations, and a whole world of legal and ethical risks they never saw coming. This report is just packed with these cautionary tales. So let's pull out a few of these case files. 3 in particular really paint a picture of just how high the cost of rushing can be. First up, a financial services firm. Now, you'd think this is the perfect playground for AI. It's an industry built on data, on speed. It seems like a no-brainer, right? What could possibly go wrong? Well, that was the assumption.
And that assumption cost them $150 million in just 3 months. Yeah, $150 million. This wasn't a tiny misstep. This was an absolute catastrophe. So, what on earth happened? Well, the firm went all in. They didn't ease into it. They eliminated 200 of their experienced human traders, basically betting the entire farm on this new AI. But then the market did what markets do. It got volatile. And that's the exact kind of thing a seasoned human trader lives for. But the AI, it just couldn't adapt. It started making disastrous trades, burning through money, and maybe even worse, completely destroying the trust they had with their clients.
And look, this isn't just a Wall Street problem. It can happen anywhere. Our next case is a tech startup that thought it would be a brilliant idea to automate its entire customer support department with chatbots. The result? Well, devastating. I mean, look at this. Before they made the switch, the company had a pretty healthy 5% customer churn rate. Totally normal. Just 6 months later, with only AI for support, that number shot up to 40%. 40! For a young company, that's not just bad, that is a potential death sentence. And the fallout was just immediate. The entire human support team was gone, so there was no one to turn to. And the chatbots, they just couldn't cut it when things got complicated, when you needed a human touch to solve a really nuanced problem. Customers got furious. The backlash on social media was intense, and you can bet investor confidence just evaporated. They automated a process, sure, but they completely forgot that good customer service requires empathy. And our last case study, well, this one really hits home because it takes us to healthcare, where the stakes couldn't possibly be higher. A provider decided to replace its team of experienced radiologists with a brand new and completely unvalidated AI diagnostic tool. The outcomes were just devastating. The AI, which hadn't been properly tested, led to multiple patient misdiagnoses. This wasn't about losing money. This was a human tragedy. The organization ended up facing $100 million in malpractice settlements, and several key people actually lost their medical licenses. It's probably the starkest reminder you can get. In critical roles, you simply cannot replace human oversight. Okay, so those stories they're pretty grim. But the whole point of this report isn't to scare everyone. It's to teach us. It's to give us a roadmap so this doesn't happen again. How could these disasters have been prevented? Well, the report lays out a really clear framework for how to do this right. And it really boils down to 5 pretty common sense steps that basically act as a safety net. First, don't go all in at once. Start small with controlled pilot programs. Before you launch anything, you have to conduct rigorous risk and ethics audits. And this is so crucial. Don't think about replacing your workforce. Think about upskilling them to work alongside these new tools. And of course, none of it works without high-quality data and just being honest and transparent about the whole process.
So, if you only take one single thing away from all of this, let it be this. This is the core principle. The goal is not replacement, it is partnership. The future really belongs to the organizations that can master this human-AI collaboration. So, what does that partnership actually look like in practice? Well, it's really all about a smart division of labor. You let the AI do what it's amazing at, churning through massive amounts of data, spotting patterns humans would miss, and that frees up the human team for what we do best: strategy, judgment, empathy, and creativity. See, this isn't automation, this is augmentation. And the report from Virtualization Options just says it perfectly. Success comes from viewing AI as a powerful tool that enhances human capabilities rather than replacing them entirely. It's about making people better, not making them obsolete. That's the key. So let's just recap the big takeaways here. Number 1, augment your people, don't just automate their jobs away. Number 2, for any decision that really matters, human judgment has to be in the loop. That's not negotiable. Third, instead of planning for layoffs, plan for training and transitioning your workforce. And finally, none of this is possible without strong governance to manage all the risks. And that really leaves us with one last big question that I want you to think about. Look at your own workplace, or even the companies you deal with every day. Are they using this unbelievable technology to empower their people and make them better? Or are they just looking for a cheaper way to automate them away? The answer to that question is going to define the next decade of work for all of us.